Opens volumes of free warriors, build an army of hope. Opens volumes of free warriors, build an army.
By the early 18th century, the slave triangle was at work in the Atlantic. Ships left European ports, picked up their slaves in Africa, and sold them in the Americas. Then they returned to Europe, bringing enormous wealth. However,
the slaves were kept in abominable situations for long journeys. They were packed literally like sardines the whole time. They wouldn't be able to move from the position the whole time, so it's no surprise that half the slaves died on the ships.
it was the most humiliating period of man's history. But times were changing. In America, the English were kicked out and the rights of man stated. All men are created equal. In France, revolution broke out, and a republic was created with the principles of liberté, égalité, et fraternité.
The American and French revolutions brought in a flood of ideas of liberty and freedom, which of course the slaves probably found appetizing. Although when the slaves tried to protest for their rights as men, they were ruthlessly oppressed, like at Haiti.
And in Britain, people were working to bring the trade to an end. William Wilberforce was campaigning to abolish the slave trade, along with other colleagues like Icciarson, Clarkson, and Charles Fox. Their campaign appealed a lot to the women, but they couldn't get it past the House of Commons, until a lawyer presented them with a cunning plan.
William Wilberforce and his associates were given a cunning idea. All ships carrying the white flag sailing to America with trade should be raised by English privateers, another word for pirates. This would appear like a bill to help war against France. In reality, it was aimed at raiding slave ships which would destroy the trade for good. Nobody knew this.
Finally, in 1807, a bill was passed at the House of Commons which forced the slave trade to end.